The calendar says it's baseball season. The weatherman says it's not. It's a cold, blistery March afternoon in Oakmont, Pennsylvania, and OLSH Sports Network is here to bring you the Chargers and the Raiders. Pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I'm OLSH, and we are here to bring you a baseball game. It's football weather, but baseball is on the schedule. The Chargers and the Raiders go at it today. And the Chargers come in with a 1-1 record. The Raiders were scheduled to play yesterday, and they got colded out. So this is their lid lifter. So the Chargers come in 1-1. The Raiders don't have a record yet. They'll make one today against the OLSH Chargers. Chargers, in case you didn't know, played 2 games up in Butler in the Sarah Catholic Invitational Tournament, which they've been doing here for the last 7 years, and they split. They lost the first game in a heartbreaker, 4-3 to Mercyhurst, which the Lakers went on to win the tournament over Sarah Catholic, but they came back and beat St. Joseph's by a score of 15-2 in the consolation game. So hence the 1-1 record. I can tell you that the starting pitchers for today's game for Riverview is Jack Lundgren, and he will get the nod from head coach Bill Grass. As for the Chargers, Phil McCarron is going to send out his junior pitcher, Sean Hudak. Sean got 2 1/3 innings in up in Butler over the weekend and did fairly well. So we look for more from Sean, and we'll see who is in the bullpen ready to relieve him, because I'm sure these kids aren't stretched out for the full 7-inning games at this point. Don't forget, we're going to be on the air again tomorrow as the Chargers come home, and they will take on Quaker Valley, I believe it is. I don't have it in front of me. It's real windy, and I didn't put all my paperwork out for it blowing away. I'll double check here. It is, at any rate, it's on the schedule as 5:30. They have bumped that up. It is Quaker Valley. They bumped that game up to 4:45 for fear of they need the lights fixed, and they're feared that at 5:30 it might start to get dark, and they don't have the lights yet. They're coming in, they're getting fixed, but at this point they're not. So they moved the game up to 4:45 tomorrow at Youthtown. So if you were making plans to come out, make sure you're out a little bit earlier than normal, and we'll get you covered. If not, OLSH Sports Network there to bring you the action. It'll be Grant Kalich and myself bringing you the action tomorrow night. I'm running solo tonight. Matt Fargo got called away to his primary job at PPG Paints Arena, so he's not going to be able to be with us tonight, but we'll bring you the action here tonight. Let me before we get started, we can get you the starting lineups for these two teams. First, for the visiting OLSH Chargers, leading off and playing at shortstop is number 2, Gino Williams. Batting second behind the dish is number 4, Brandon Burzell. Batting third at third base is number 1, Owen Minzer. In the cleanup spot is the second baseman, number 10, Brady Burzell. On the bump and batting in the fifth position is Sean Hudak. The designated hitter tonight is number 8, James Hanna. He will be batting for the left fielder, number 9, Braden Wetling. In right field and batting 7th is number 13, Quinn Santelli. And batting 8th at first base is number 20, Van Cables. And rounding out the lineup in center field is number 22, Anthony Hansen. Again, for the Chargers, it's Williams, Brandon Brazel, Minzer, Brady Brazel, Hudak, Hanna, Santelli, Cables, and Hansen. And that's what Coach Phil McCarron will send out to the field today. As for the Raiders, Coach Bill Grass sends this lineup out. Leading off and pitching is number 11, Jack Longren. Batting second in center field is number 20, Johnny Bertucci. The third baseman bats third. He's number 15, Lucas Duncan. The second baseman is number 8, Eli DeVita, and he bats in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth is the catcher, number 18, Miles Duncan. Number 1, Tyler Aftanis, is the shortstop, and he bats sixth. In the seventh spot is number 13, Reese Stemfer in left field. Number 5, the first baseman, is Carter Longren. He bats eighth, and rounding out their lineup is the right fielder, number 6, Rex Roberts. Again, for the Bill Grass Raiders, it's Jack Longren, Bertucci, Lucas Duncan, DeVita, Miles Duncan, Tyler F. Tanis, and the bottom 3 are Stemfer, Carter Lundgren, and Roberts. Defensively, for the Raiders, they're set up like this. Around the outfields, Stemfer, Bertucci, and Roberts from left to right. Third base is Duncan, and on first base is Lundgren. Aftanis and DeVita are up the middle at short and second. Behind the plate is Miles Duncan, and on the mound is Jack Lundgren. Getting ready to go. Still waiting on somebody to run the camera, so we got a static one right here just covering home plate. And the pitcher's mound. A little bit of first base and third base. I apologize for that. Leading off for the Chargers will be Geno Williams. Geno comes in batting .333 on the season. It's early yet, but he comes in batting .333. And here we go, Geno Williams ready to step into the batter's box. Jack Lundgren on the mound. Taken to strike one. That one's low and away. Counts even. Just underway here from Oakmont. There's one ripped into left field. Gino's going to round first. He'll hold up there. It's a leadoff single for Gino Williams. That will bring Brandon Brazell to the plate. Gino with his lead, you can see there. That's a nice thing about this camera angle. You can watch that. That one misses. Tuno. I hope you're under your little throw next to the fireplace. 3-0. There goes the runner, Gino Williams. He'll get in there easily. Stolen base for Gino, and it's 3-0 to Brazell. Here's the 3-0 with Williams at second base. Takes a strike, taking all the way. Top of the first. Nobody out. Williams at second base, and Lundgren chooses to step out. You can hear the wind whipping. Ball 4. First 2 runners for the Chargers reach. That brings up the number 3 hitter, Owen Minzer. Minzer batting .400 in this early part of the season. There's a little looper on the infield. That's going to be caught by the second baseman, DeVita. And the first out is recorded. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Brady Brazell, the second baseman. Brady batting .429 this early part of the season. Had a nice weekend up in Butler. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Lundgren on the stretch. Williams takes his lead. Lundgren does the inside spin move. Everybody back to their bases safely. Nobody was around defensively, around the bag. So, Gino, you can't see him in the screen, but he's backing off the bag there at second base. Brady not being held on. There's a strike, 1-1 now. Taken by Brady Brazell. Brandon on first base, you see there on your screen. Here's the 1-1 from Lundgren. That one bounces up there. 2-1 now. I was talking to Coach Bill Grass, the Riverview head coach, manager, and he was saying he likes his team offensively, but they're very young. There's strike 2 called. 2-2. 1 out, 2 on for the Chargers here in the first inning. Top of the first, just underway. Foul tip. Not held on. Count holds 2-2. Duncan couldn't hold on that. Trying to chase Gino back. There's a fly ball to right field. That's twisting toward the line, and it's going to be a foul ball. Out past our position here. Count holds still 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out here in the first for the Chargers. Upstairs, and the count goes full. Lundgren messing with his hat. Now in the major leagues, you think, uh-oh. Pitch calm is out. No such thing, no such animal at this level. Well, not yet anyway. 2 on, 1 out. We're going to throw it back. Gino started taking off a little early. He gets back safely. Jack Lundgren tosses back to his second baseman, DeVita. And we'll reset and do it again. Here's the payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. And the bases are juiced with Chargers. That brings up Sean Hudak. He'll face his mound opponent. Sean on the bump today for the Chargers. Sean batting .400. I didn't get that pitch. I think it was a strike. Not sure. There's a strike. One out, bases loaded for the Chargers, top of the first. Brady Brazell takes his lead there, not being held on. Jack Lundgren. There's a strike, so the first pitch must have been a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sean Hudak trying to help his cause here. That one's low and inside. Counts even now, 2. And Miles Duncan trots out to have a little conversation with his pitcher, Jack Lundgren. That's the battery. Lundgren and Duncan. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 1 out for the Chargers here in the first. Trying to score early and give Sean Hudak the lead before he takes the field. There's a ball, and the bases are juiced, and the count is full. Nowhere to put him. Hudak should be looking for something, anything in the zone to put it in play. And he'll lift this one to right field. Over goes Roberts. He'll make the catch near the line, tagging and scoring easily on the sacrifice fly is Gino Williams, and it's 1-0 Chargers. Still one out. Oh, that's right. There's 2 outs. Thank you. Brady Brazell trying to get caught in a rundown. They'll throw it to the plate, and out at the plate is Brandon Brazell. Play will go 2-4-2. For the 3rd out. But the Chargers get on the board at the end of a half an inning. It's 1-0 Chargers, and the Raiders coming to the plate. As we come back, we'll show you the Chargers' defensive setup here. It will be around the outfield, Wetling in left, Hanson in center, Santelli in right field. Around the infield, it's Minzer at third, Williams at short, Brady Brazell at second, Van Cables at first. Behind the dish is Brandon Brazell, and on the bump, Sean Hudak. We go to the bottom of the first, with the Chargers taking the 1-run lead in the top half. It will be Jack Lundgren, Bertucci, and Lucas Duncan due up for the Raiders. Takes ball 1 on the first pitch from Sean. This one popped up on the infield right behind second base. And that one's going to fall in. Nobody at second base. Jack Lundgren is caught in a rundown now. Gino Williams will eventually track him down and get him out. So what turned out to be a mental error by the Chargers ends up being an out for the Raiders. There's a base hit up the middle. Back-to-back hits as Johnny Bertucci puts one up the middle. And the Raiders have a runner at first and 1 out. Brings up Lucas Duncan. Sean Hudak now will be from the stretch for his first time today. Lined to center field. That one's a solid hit. Hanson comes up quickly, gets it in. 3 straight hits. Now runners in first and second and one out. Eli DeVita at the plate. There's a strike called. On deck for the Raiders is the catcher, Miles Duncan. There's a ground ball past the third baseman, and that one's foul. No balls, 2 strikes. To the second baseman for Riverview. Being held on by band cables there, you see. There's a fly ball in the left field coming in. And making the catch is Wetling. 2 outs now. And that brings up Miles Duncan, the catcher, with 2 on and 2 outs. There's a strike. Sean bringing that one. That one bounces up there. 1-1. Check swing. They throw down to second base. Now they got the runners hung up. Throw it to third, and they throw it away. Now runners at second and third with the count 2-1 to Duncan. Base hit now could give the Raiders the lead. Three and one now. Ground ball through the hole. It's short. That'll score 2. Bobbled out there by Wentling. It's a two-run RBI single for Duncan and the Raiders take a 2-1 lead. Tyler Aftanis at the plate. He grounds this one foul down the third base side, strike 1. Costly errors by the Chargers in the first inning. Cost them the lead here. It's early though. Strike 2 called. That one misses. Nice waste pitch there by Sean trying to get a chase. Running courtesy runner is Ashton Saunders. He'll send this one into left field for another hit. And Coach Bill Grass was correct. This Raiders team can hit the ball. Sean will wheel and fake the throw back to second base. And Saunders gets back, courtesy running there for Duncan, the catcher. And pounded foul. plate. Strike one. Again, Wheels fakes the throw. Williams was there covering. Nothing doing. Saunders isn't that far off. Lefty hitter Stempfer at the plate. Takes that one for a ball, I believe. From my vantage point, I cannot see the umpire, so. This time he does throw it. And they get him! Play goes 1-6 on the pickoff play, and the Chargers are known for that play, and they pulled off one more time for the third out of the inning, but not before the Raiders play two and take the lead from your Chargers. At the end of one, it's the Raiders 2, Chargers 1. Welcome you back here to Oakmont as we go to the top of the second inning. Riverview Raiders 2, your Chargers 1. You see the line score so far. As we get ready for inning number 2. And for the Chargers, it will be 6, 7, 8. James Hanna, Quincentelli, and Van Cable's 2 up for the Chargers. Jack Lundgren on the hill, toeing the rubber for the Riverview Raiders. Squares around the bunt, takes a strike. Hanna batting for Wetling. That one misses, 1-1. On deck is Quincentelli. Downstairs. Lundgren steps off behind the mound. Now he toes the rubber. Ready to go. Here's the 2-1. He'll pop this one, and that's going to be out of play. 2-2. Hanna batting .333 coming into this one. He runs the count full. Young freshman for the Chargers, getting a start at DH today. Ball 4, another walk for the Chargers. That's the third walk for Lundgren. That brings Quincentelli at the plate. See what he's got in mind. Semi-squared around the bunt. I believe he took a ball. Hannah takes his lead. He bunts it down. Nicely done. They throw it to first base. The sacrifice completed. Quincentelli goes 2-4. And down to second base goes Hannah. One away. Van Cable's at the plate. He'll send this one weakly down the third base side. Picked up and across the diamond. Play goes 5-3. 2 away. On the play, Hannah goes down to third base. And that brings up Anthony Hansen, the center fielder. The lefty. No weights. In the dirt, taking ball 1. Anthony batting .250. So far, like I said, it's early in the season. He squares around to bunt. Now they got the runner hung up between home and third. And Chargers are going to get him out, and it'll get out of the inning with nobody scoring. So essentially the Chargers go 1-2-3 in the top of the second, and nothing's been decided. We go to the top of the third. Still 2-1. Raiders. We welcome you back to Oakmont, where the Chargers trail 2-1 to the Raiders. Hey, get your Charger essentials at www.olshgear.com. Anything from t-shirts to pajama pants, hats, we got it covered, got you covered. Gear up for the latest Charger fashions to support your favorite teams in the spring sports. Ball 1 to Reese Stempfer. So we're in the bottom of the second now. That one's taken for a strike. In the dirt. 2-1. Three one. That one's up and away. This one fouled out of play off the third base side. Count full now. Glad you could join us. I hope you're nice and comfy under your throw blanket and watching in the first walk issued by Sean Hudak. Brings up Carter Lundgren, the first baseman for Riverview, with one on and nobody out. That one misses. Pops it up on the infield. Williams ranging over. Minzer. And it falls in. Foul ball, he said. So everybody will return. I kind of feel the win, so I kind of feel for him. It's just a strike. And the count goes 1-1. Williams, it was over toward Williams. Now, Wynn took it over out of foul territory. Owen Minzer was befuddled by it. Falls harmlessly in foul territory. Could have been an easy out for the Chargers, though. I think that was a ball. 2-1. Throws it over. Back easily is Stemfer. On deck is Rex Roberts, the right fielder. That's inside. 3-1 now. Here's a 3-1. Ball four, back-to-back walks. Puts runners at first and second. Nobody out. Riverview threatening again here in the second inning. This one weakly toward Brady Brazell. He'll elect to get the runner at second. Play goes 4-6. And there's one away. Roberts reaches on the fielder's choice. But runners at the corners, and that turns the lineup card over. Here's Jack Lundgren. He reached on a fluky base hit behind second base. It just kind of fell in, and it was kind of like, you take it, no, I'll take it kind of thing. Ended up getting thrown out between first and second. There goes the runner. They'll throw it down. Cut off in front by Brady Brazell to go as a stolen base. So runners at second and third now. That one gets away. I'm not sure if it's 1-1 or 2-0. I think it's 2-0. We'll find out. Like I said, I can't see the umpire here. I'm looking through chain link fence in an angle. So throw it over to third. Back safely is Stemfer. Way upstairs, gets past Brazell. First base is open. There's one out. Here's the pitch. It's 3-1. Three balls, one strike. Hudak delivery. This one lined into center field. This will score at least one. Rounding third and headed for home. And it's a two-run single for Jack Lundgren, helping his own cause. That will bring up Johnny Bertucci. He walked and scored in the first inning. It's 4-1 now, Riverview. Running is Owen Metz for the pitcher, Lundgren. They throw it down to first. Metz scurries back safely. Throw it over. Wild pitch, wild throw. And that will allow the runner to go to second base as it comes out of play. Almost hit me. So the Chargers will have a meeting at the Hill, entire infield. They just need to settle down right here, right now. The Raiders pushing the issues on the base pads, and as I said in the first inning, Coach Bill Grass said that he has a good hitting team. They're just young, and they're proving that so far. Throw back to second base. Metz is okay. Runner at second base is Owen Metz, courtesy runner for Lundgren. Here's Deshaun Hudak delivery. That's up and in. Swing and a miss. That one's downstairs. I believe it's 2-2. There's a ground ball. Minzer boots it down. Another error by the Chargers. Metz had to stay where he was at. Time called at the plate as Lucas Duncan steps out. 2 on, 1 out. 2 runs already in this inning. Raiders trying to look to tack on. There's another ground ball. This one, Williams will take it unassisted at second base. There's 2 away. Runners at the corners now for the Raiders. Upstairs, Hudak having trouble with his control right now. Trying to get out of this inning, minimize the damage. Wasn't sure what that one was called. Hudak steps off. Everybody retreats back to their bag. Except for Lucas Duncan being held on by Van Cavels. Throw to third. Back. is Metz over there at third base. Dudak been high on several pitches. And it's a 4-pitch walk. Bases are juiced one more time. And that brings up Miles Duncan. And that'll also bring a trip from Coach Phil. Hey, save the date. This year's annual OLSH auction will take place on Saturday, April 20th at the Pittsburgh Airport Marriott Hotel. The event is always a great time. To learn more, visit www.olsh.org/auction. Also, if you're interested in supporting our OLSH Chargers, visit www.olshathletics.org and check out the fundraisers section in the Fan Zone tab for the latest fundraising opportunities. We are back ready to go. 4-1, Riverview trying to tack on. They got bases full of black and gold. Nowhere to put him, and Sean Hudak starts out with a ball. 2 runs already in this inning. That one's called strike. Upstairs, throw down to third. Back is Metz. That one's fouled back to the screen. 2-2. One pitch out away from getting out of this inning. Raiders scored 2 in the first, 2 so far here in the second. Sean Hudak's trying to put a lid on this one. There's a fly ball into right center field, over, and making the catch is Quinn Santilli, and that will do it. But not before the Raiders put 2 more on, and at the end of 2 full, it's the Raiders of Riverview 4, the OLSH Chargers 1. We'll keep it here. Hey, support the OLSH Theater Department at the annual Ham Bingo on Saturday, March 23rd in the OLSH Gymnasium. The doors are going to open at 5:30, and regular bingo starts at 7. Tickets are $10, and all attendees are asked to pre-register online for planning purposes at, this is how you can pre-register, www.olsh.org/apps/pages/tickets. If you want more information on OLSH Chargers for rosters, stories, and much more, visit www.olshathletics.org. And special thanks go out to our website sponsor, Covenant Financial Advisors. So if you can remember, the last time the Chargers were up, they had little something going, and they got a rundown at between home and third as James Hanna got caught on a rundown as Anthony Hansen was at the plate. So Anthony will lead off here. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Chargers here in the top of the third, trailing 4-1. Need to get something going here. Lundgren doing a good job. Chargers only have 1 hit so far, as opposed to the 5 hits for Riverview, and the Chargers have committed 3 errors, according to my book. And it's definitely not the official book, but Chargers making it easy for the Raiders to get on the scoreboard here, and they need to fight back here and chip away at this 3-run lead by the Raiders. Lundgren in the wind. Here we go. Anthony Hansen at the plate. Takes that one upstairs. There's a strike called. Strike 2 called at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Anthony Hansen. On deck's the leadoff hitter, Gino Williams. Started the game off with a single. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the game. And there's 1 away. That's first strikeout of the game for either team. And that brings up Gino Williams. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That one misses low and away. I give these players all kinds of credit. Boy, it's cold out here. I'm telling you what. Of course, I'm just sitting here, so. There's another one to center field. Coming in and making the catch nicely was Bertucci. And just like that, there's 2 away. That brings up Brandon Brazell. Brandon walked his first time. He takes that one on a 50-foot pitch. Ball 1. Make that ball 2. Upstairs, he leaned back out of the way of that one. On deck should Brandon reach his own Minzer. Three and 0. There's a strike call taken right down the gut. Ball 4. Second time Brandon walks today. Brings up Owen Minzer. He popped out the second baseman, DeVita, his first time up. He comes up with 2 outs and a runner at first base. It'll be a courtesy runner, and it's going to be Chad Minton is running for Brazil. That one misses. Ball one. Minton taking his lead there, you can see. There's a strike taken. Minton takes off. And he is going to be safe as the ball comes out. I think the ball beat him there, but ball comes out. Minton gets credited for a stolen base. And Lundgren steps off the rubber. Here's the 1-1. Strike two called. Here's the 1-2. Ducking out of the way of that one. Maybe buying a call. 2-2 now. Here's the 2-2. Minton takes his lead off a second. Fouled that one off, and count holds it 2. Here's the 2-2 with 2 outs. Minton at second base. Little nubber. Foul ball. We'll do it again. We are in the top of the 3rd inning. Chargers trail by 3 here. On a cold, blustery March afternoon. Upstairs. Count goes full. Yeah, we feel like we should be putting the pads and helmet on today and mixing it up. Actually, this is part of the baseball field, kind of goes into part of the football field here, so wouldn't be a hard transition that way. There's a little nubber toward first base. Picked up there and taken on his own is Carter Lundgren. And that will do it. Chargers go down. Almost 1-2-3 with a walk thrown in between. And we've completed 2.5. And the Chargers trail by 3, 4-1 to the Riverview Raiders. Don't you go away. We'll be right back for the bottom half. Chargers and Raiders going at it here out in Oakmont. Made the trip down 28 to Oakmont, and we go to the bottom of the third. Riverview with a 4-1 lead over the Chargers. Sean Hudak on the hill for the Chargers. So the Raiders have scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Chargers started the game scoring 1 in the top of the first, and Raiders answered that with 2 of their own and tacked on 2 more last inning. And we come up here, it'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Raiders. Tyler Aftanis will lead things off for Riverview. He singled his first time. I'm counting 5 hits for the Raiders so far. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That one misses. 1-1 now. That one back deep. That one's going to be foul ball, very deep out in left field, sending Wetling on the run. Couldn't haul that one in, but Aftanis gave that one a ride, pulled it foul. One ball, 2 strikes. Downstairs, 2-2. Reminder again, back on the air tomorrow. Quaker Valley invades Youthtown. That one bounces up there, 3-2. There's one up the middle. Rolls into Hansen's glove. And Aftanis is 2 for 2. It brings Reese Stemfer, the left fielder, up. Reese walked, came around and scored his last time. There goes the runner. And that one misses. And it's a stolen base. That one's popped up and out of play. 2-1 now. Back over to Riverview dugout. Bench. Once again, Raiders get a man in scoring position with nobody out here in the third. Couldn't tell if that was a ball or strike. I think he called it a ball. Grounded. Through the hole at second base. This will score another run. It's an RBI single. They throw it down to second base, and sliding safely into second base is Stemfer. Stemfer, an RBI single. Goes to second on the throw to the plate, and it's 5-1. And still nobody out here in the third. Turning away from that one is Carter Lundgren. Ball 1. There's another one down the left field line, and that one is fair. This will bring in another one. It's a double for Lundgren, and it's 6-1 Raiders. Another 2-run inning so far for the Raiders, and still nobody out. They just keep swapping positions out at second base. Brandon Brazell comes out to talk to his pitcher, buying some time for the bullpen. Warming up is Ryan Danino. Did a fantastic job up at Butler on Saturday, the freshman. Six to 1 Raiders on top of your Chargers here in a showcase of hitting by the Raiders. This one popped out of play, strike one. This is Rex Roberts at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike two. That one hit the ground, he swung at it. Strikeout will be completed, 2-3. It turns the lineup card over. So the third inning and the third time Jack Lundgren gets to hit at the plate. And that's going to be it for Sean Hudak. Sean will go over to third base. Coming to the mound, as I said, is Ryan Danino. We'll see what our other changes are. Let's see if Owen Minzer stays in the game or if he's the odd man out. It looks like Minzer is going out to left field. Wentling is the odd man out. So Hudak to third. Danino comes in and will toe the rubber for the Chargers. And Owen Minzer moves from third to left field. Hey, the OLSH chapter of National Honor Society will host a prom dress resale shop Saturday, March 23rd. The shop will be open from noon till 3 p.m. in the OLSH main building, Senior Commons. All dresses will be $25, and seamstresses will be on site to perform simple alterations. In addition to prom dresses, the shop will also have homecoming, middle school, bridesmaids, and other semi-formal dresses, shoes, bags, makeup, and more. So, the freshman Danino, the lefty, comes in. Here's a change of pace because he's going to throw you all kinds of crazy stuff. Good little pitcher, though. He's going to be a bright future with the Chargers. Misses inside, ball one. Out at second base is Carter Lundgren after his RBI double. And there's a fly ball into left. Coming in hard, and that one's going to fall in. It's a hit in front of Minzer. It's an RBI single. They throw it in. Nobody at first base. and it's 7-1. And for the pitcher, Jack Lundgren, he gets his second hit, third hit actually. He's 3 for 3. He's got 3 RBIs. And we're waiting for a runner down at first base for Lundgren, getting a courtesy runner. Brings Johnny Bertucci, the center fielder, to the plate. Courtesy runner is once again going to be Ashton Saunders. Swing and a miss by Bertucci, strike one. Still only 1 out off that strikeout of Roberts. Three runs in, they throw to first base, as you saw. There's a fly ball into shallow center field, ranging over is Hanson. That one's going to fall in. And they will get the runner. It's going to end up being a fielder's choice for Bertucci. Nice play there by Hanson. The play at second base goes 8-6, and there's 2 away. That brings up Lucas Duncan. He's 1 for 2. Reached twice, single and a fielder's choice. They throw down to first. Foul back. Ryan Danino. Remember the name. This kid's going to do some good things for OLSH in his 4 years. He's just a freshman. Here's one past Cable's down the first baseline. Santilli picks it up. It's going to be a double. And a strike thrown by Cables on the relay to the plate that holds everybody up. And we got runners at second and third after another hit and another double. Ball one to Eli DeVita. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Swing and a miss, strike one. There's strike 2 called. Now one's up the middle. This could score 2. They're going to hold the runner at third. Scores 1. It's an RBI single. And it's 8-1. Ninth batter to come to the plate this inning. They've plated 4. And Miles Duncan at the plate. Swing and a miss. Eight to 1, Riverview on top of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart here out in Oakland, or Oakdale. I got it wrong twice. Oakmont. That one flied to center left field. Owen Minzer wrapped a letter around that one and brings this nightmare of an inning to a close. But Riverview scores 4, doubles up the score. It's after 3 full. It is Riverview 8, Chargers 1. Chargers now come up trailing by 7 in the top of the 4th. Here in Oakmont, we are at Riverview Park, or Riverside Park, I should say, right behind Riverview High School. Chargers need to get the bats warmed up here and rocking and rolling if they want to do something here. About halfway through this one, and they trail by 7. It will be for the Chargers. Brady Brazell, Sean Hudak, and James Hanna due up for the Chargers. Chargers scored first in this one. They scored on the top of the first. They score a run. And Riverview has scored the next 8. There's a strike called to Brazell. Lundgren misses on that one, and the count's even at 1. And the 1-1. And right up over my head. And it's out of play, obviously. You saw the first baseman, Carter Lundgren, coming at you. That's because the ball went out of play over my head. I'm right next to the camera, so. 2-2 on that pitch. That one was low and away. Brady Brazell at the plate. Here's the 2-2 from Lundgren in the wind. Ball 3, 3-2. Full count. Brady walked in the first inning. Sorry about that. The camera went out. I had to change the battery. In the meantime, Brady Brazell got himself a single to left field. Strike called. It's only the second hit for the Chargers this afternoon. Throw it back. Brady back standing, as you can see there. That one's misses away. That one's downstairs. Sean Hudak. He'll send this one to the shortstop. On to second for one, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. That'll clean off the bases. Goes from Aftanas to DeVita to Longren. Quickly 2 away. That clears the bases. And that brings James Hanna to the plate. Strike one called. Count even at 1 on that pitch up out of the zone. There's strike 2 called. It's one thing tonight, only 2 strikeouts, 1 for each team so far. And there's a little looper into left field. Aftanas, sliding catch out into shallow left, and that will do it. As Chargers go down quietly after the single by Brazil. As we go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Riverview 8, Chargers 1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Hey, congratulations to OLSH Junior CJ, who was named to the PIHL All-Star Hockey Team this year. And also, students entering grades K through 12 are invited to explore a variety of summer camps at Our Lady of Sacred Heart High School. Check out the offerings and view camp descriptions at www.olsh.app/apps/pages/summer camp. Also, congratulations to Forensic State semifinalist freshman Danica and pros and sophomore state finalist Jenna in storytelling and Bridget Sophia in duo interpretation. Congratulations also go out to the OLSH Theater Department's cast and crew of 15 Reasons Why Not to Be in a Play for placing first in a virtual drama festival competition this past weekend and winning the Ellen Langen Drama Festival Award. Congratulations. Hey, did you know that you can earn money for OLSH Athletics when you purchase gift cards through Raise It? The Athletic General Fund receives percentage of each physical and e-gift card bought by our program participants. Questions to learn or to learn more, email S. Stuckman at OLSH. There's a bunt base hit by Aftanis. Didn't realize they were starting already. I'll get back to that one. Another hit and another runner. Ryan Danino on the mound now in relief of Hudak, and we're going to get a pinch runner for Aftanis. And it's going to be Rocco Ahern, sophomore. Lefty on this one. He misses. Ryan Danino misses ball one. There's a ground ball to Cables. He'll go to second base for one. On to first. Safe at first. It'll be a fielder's choice for Stempfer. They get one out, though. It goes 3-4. Or 3-6, rather. Sorry. One away. Danino at the stretch. That one misses ball. There's a strike they throw down. Woohoo. Casually getting back was Stempfer, and he almost got nailed. Cables put the tag on him. That one misses. Stempfer takes his lead. Danino to the plate. He bounces it up there, and it's ball four. I'm sorry, I had that wrong. And runners on first and second now, with one out. That brings up Rex Roberts. 1 for 2. Singled, scored, struck out his last time. Misses just low, just below the knees. There's a strike. 1-1 now from the freshman hurler. Swing and a miss, strike two. Danino now with the 1-2. Bounce that one up there, and we're even at 2. On deck, Jack Lundgren, 3 for 3, so trying to get an out here. And it's 2-away, gets the strikeout. Two away. And here's Lundgren, the pitcher. He'll pop one. Shallow right field coming over to Brady Brazil. He'll make the catch and end the inning. And for the first time in 4 innings, the Chargers keep the Raiders off the board, and the score remains after 4 full, 8-1 in favor of Riverview. I promised you we would get back to our stuff. And as I said, did you know that you can earn money for OLSH Athletics when you purchase gift cards through the Raise Right? The Athletics General Fund receives a percentage of each of the physical and e-gift cards bought by our program participants. Questions or to learn more, please email sstuckman@olsh.org. That's SSTUCKEMAN@olsh.org. And you want to save the date and join us for a day of golf. And it's a lot of fun as our boys basketball team hosts an outing at Black Hawk Golf Course in Beaver Falls on Sunday, May 19th. Folks, it's a great time. So reach out and try to sign up for that. We always have a great time every year. I can't make it this year. I'm going to be on the left coast at that time. So I need you folks to go out and have some fun for me. So, and let me know how it went. So get a hold of Jamie Usual or one of the coaching staff of the basketball team and get your name on the list and find out what you have to do to get out there. It's a lot of fun. It's a day-long event, and you have a blast. So the Chargers come up here, top of the fifth. Time's starting to run short for the Chargers. And they will have their 7, 8, 9 hitters come up. That'll be Quinn Santilli, Van Cables, and Anthony Hansen. They're due up here in the fifth. Jack Lundgren doing a great job out here, pitching a 2-hitter. He misses ball 1 to Quinn Santelli. He fouls that one off. Strike 1, 1-1. Swing and a miss. And it's a strikeout for Lundgren. His second. And there's one away. That brings Van Cables to the plate. He went, strike 1. Van grounded out to the third baseman his first time. Put one over there for Lucas Duncan. 5-3 to play went. That one bounces up there 1-1. Upstairs, and that's saying something for getting one upstairs for Van. 2-1. Comes in at 6-5. He'll rip this one to left field, but he pulls it foul. 2-2. Jack Lundgren backs off. Now he's ready to go. Pulls this one foul and out of play down the third base side off the screen over there. Two balls, two strikes. One out here in the fifth. Upstairs, Van works it full. These Chargers are back at it again tomorrow in the friendly confines of Youthtown as Quaker Valley comes over. Time was called. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball four. Van Cables works a walk. It's a one-out walk for Van. It brings up Anthony Hansen. Anthony struck out his first time. I think we're going to get a runner for Van. Pinch runner. Dorian Tate is going to put the track shoes on. Football star, former basketball star. He's on the track team. Hasn't played for a few years. Decided to come back out, play some ball. They toss over. He inches off. Fouled back to the backstop. Strike one for Anthony. That one bounces up there. 1-1. Throw it over. You see Dorian wasn't far off there, just a step or so. Easily back. Here's the pitch. And that one's through the hole. No, nice stop there by DeVita. Play will go 4-3 on the play. Tate goes into second base. And there's two away. That turns the lineup card over. Gino Williams up. He singled and flied out the center field on a nice play out there by Bertucci. Comes up with two outs and runner at second base in scoring position. That one's a 55-footer. Bounces up there, ball one. Out of Lundgren's hands. Tomorrow night, Grant Kalich will be joining me up in the booth at Youthtown to bring you the action. Should be a good one. Check swing. And they're going to ring him up on the appeal. Strike one, 1-1. Plane umpire said no, and the appeal said he went, and I kind of disagree with him there. Here's the 1-1. And that one's ripped right at DeVita. Picked his head up, but he comes up with it. Look what I got. But it goes 4-3 nonetheless. We've completed 4.5. Chargers, no closer. They still trail 8-1. And we'll be back after this message. Don't you dare go away. You see them doing their sprints down the baselines, out and back to the foul pole and back in between innings. 8-1 Riverview over OLSH here at Riverside Park in Oakmont. Oakmont, by the way, will be the site of the U.S. Golf Open in 25. Not this year, but next year. So, for all you golfers, we were talking about golf last night. It's a great event. I went to Oakmont for the U.S. Open in 2016. Had a blast. It was a good time. So for Riverview, it's 2-3-4. Bertucci will lead things off against Ryan Danino. Bertucci is 1 for 3. Singled, scored. And but he was on 3 times, reached on an error and reached on a fielder's choice. Scored 2. He hits this one a 2-hopper to Williams across the diamond, and Bertucci is retired for the first time. Play goes 6-3. Brings Lucas Duncan up. He's 2 for 3. Single, a double. Reached on a fielder's choice, so he's been on base all 3 times. He fouls that one off, strike 1. Ryan Danino, the little lefty freshman. Strike 2 called. Beautiful pitch. He's ahead 0-2. Here's the pitch. Tried to get him to chase, but that one was too bad. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bounces up there in front of the plate. Down and in, 2-2 now. He worked it full all the way back from down 0-2 to a full count. Lucas Duncan, the third baseman for Riverview, against the freshman. Payoff pitch. That one's way back to left field. Running back after it is Owen Minzer. Beautiful catch by Owen, over the head catch, and quickly 2 away. Tucci gave it a ride, or Duncan rather, gave it a ride. But Minzer had the legs to go track it down. 2 away. That brings to the plate the number 4, excuse me. Yeah, the number 4 hitter, Eli DeVita. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. That one misses, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of that one. Strike two. We're even at two. That one bounced up there. Swing and a miss. Did he hold on? No, must not have. We'll hold on. Count will hold at 2-2. He'll ground this one to third base. Hudak across the diamond. He'll bounce it and not going to get him. That's going to be an infield hit. He would have picked that out anyway. So Ashton Saunders is going to get a chance to hit here. He's going to bat for Miles Duncan, the catcher. Takes ball one. With 2 outs, a runner at first. It's Miles Duncan. Or excuse me. That's who he's batting for. Ball two. It's Ashton Saunders. (3-0). There's a strike. Get me over curveball. 3-1 now. To the freshman. It's freshman on freshman here. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Oh, now they got the runner hung up between the bases. And Van Cable's going to tag him out. Play goes 2-3 on the out for the third out. So essentially, the Riverview goes down 1-2-3. And we've completed 5 full innings with the score. Riverview 8, Chargers 1. Only a couple more tries for the Chargers. So let's get the bats warmed up right here from Oakmont. There you see the score. Aftanis is coming in to pitch for Riverview. Lucas Duncan moves from third to shortstop. And over at third base is Lundgren. Oh, sorry, Lundgren goes to second. Out in right field is Saunders. DeVita moves over to third. I think we got it now. So, oh, we got a new first baseman too. It's Matt Orban. Long drive to center field. Sending it back. It's over his head. Brazil rounds first. He'll hold up there at second base, trailing by 7. It's a leadoff double for Brandon Brazil. And we're going to get a courtesy runner. It's going to be Colby Lane, courtesy running for the catcher, Brandon Brazil. And that brings Owen Minzer to the plate. There's a strike, 1-1. Lane, another one of the freshmen on this team, running out there at second base. Strike 2 called. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chargers have 5 freshmen, and many of them will contribute to this team this year. There's one hit right at the second baseman, Lundgren, to Oberon, and there's 1 out. Runner at third base now, though. That's a productive out, as we call. Lane over at third base now. Lane takes his lead off of third base. You can see him in the distance there. Brady Brazil at the plate. Takes downstairs, ball 1. Send one back behind me. 1 ball, 1 strike out of play. Brady is 1 for 1 with a walk. He's been on base twice. He's going to send this one out to the outfield, and that one's going to hang up just enough. Strong arm to the plate, and there's 2 away. Out in center field is Bertucci, still out there. Now it's up to Hudak. Takes ball. Trying to get that runner in. Only 4 more outs to go for the Chargers here, so they need to get some runs. There's a strike on a slow breaking pitch. Again, the new pitcher is Tyler Aftanis for Riverview. Swing on one that he didn't look like he wanted to. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Aftanis 1 strike away from getting out of this. That one blowing away, gets away. Lane going nowhere. 2-2. This backstop is very similar to what they have at Youth Town, so there's not much room back there. Ball's really got to bounce around for you to try to score from third base on one that gets away from the catcher. Here's the 2-2. Upstairs. Counts full. Payoff. And that one eats up the shortstop. It's going to get a run in. First error of the game. For Riverview. As Lucas Duncan couldn't handle that one. Chargers making an 8-2 game. Running for Hudak is Hunter Chimeni at first base. Strike one to James Hanna. Strike two called. Swing and a miss, strike three. That will do it. As Hanna goes down swinging. Third out of the inning. Chargers put one more across, make it an 8-2 game here from Oakmont. As we go to the bottom of the sixth, Chargers trailing by 6 runs, 8-2. They were able to post one there in the top of the sixth. Chargers do get a new pitcher. It's going to be Owen Minzer. He's going to come in and pitch. Trying to see who is out in left field now. I don't have my specs with me. So in Minzer comes in, third pitcher of the night for OLSH. Start out with Sean Hudak. Followed up by Ryan Danino. And now Owen Minzer. Hopefully Owen Minzer can finish this one out and Chargers get some runs and we go home with a victory here. Come from behind win. Yet to be seen. So Ashton Saunders will come back to play. He was at the plate when they got the out on the bases. I believe it's 1-1. Make that 1-2. On the swing and miss by Saunders. Big breaking pitch from Minzer will even the count up. Little pop on the infield, and that's going to go out of play on the third base side. Sean Hudak goes over and gives it a look. But it was into the bleachers on the other side of the fence. And we'll do it again. With the count 2-2. Make that 3-2 now. Minzer with the line, the payoff. Fouled off. Chargers get to tee it up and do it again tomorrow. Quaker Valley, the Quakers will come to Youthtown. It'll be a home game. There's one wide of the bag at third, and Saunders battling hard against Minzer, making him work. Another foul at the plate. Owen looks up to the skies and says, what do I got to do to get this young man out? Saunders, just a freshman. Minzer, sophomore. Strike 3 called. Nice pitch there. Gets Saunders. 1 out. Ball 1. This is Tyler Aftanis. Started at shortstop. Now he's on the bump. He's going to put this one foul wide of third. And the count goes 1-1. Tyler's 3 for 3. Scored a run. Got picked off at second. There's a late swing there. Actually fouled it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tyler Aftanis from Owen Minzer. Reese Stempfer is scheduled up. There's a drive to left field, and that one's going to fall in front. That'll be another hit for Aftanis. And it's Chad Minton out there in left field. Now that I see his number. So he's 1, 2, 3, 4 for 4. Runner at first, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. I don't think this is. I think this is Ian Stempfer. There's one. Into the hole, it's short. Another hit. Back-to-back hits after 2 outs. It is number 17, Ian Stempfer, a freshman. First and second, 2 outs. 2 quick outs and then 2 quick hits. Here in the 6th, swing and a miss from Matt Orban. Strike 1. Downstairs, 1-1 to Orban. It's a new first baseman. Came out last inning. Inside, there go the runners. It goes back to the backstop. Wild pitch. And the runners move up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Excuse me, I said there was 2 outs. There's only 1 out here. Just a strikeout in the first batter. And then followed up by 2 quick hits. And now the wild pitch has runners at second and third and 1 out. The infield comes in for the Chargers. Swing and a miss. Fake throw down to third. There's 2-2 now on Orban, rather. Rex Roberts was on my lineup card next on deck. 3-2. First base is open. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Two on, 2 outs. That one's up and in. Ball 1. That one's below the knees. 2-0. Three and 0. There's a strike, a big breaking pitch. See if Owen can come all the way back from 3-0 to get this out. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Does not. That's another walk. And the bases are juiced with 2 outs. And that was Owen Metz that drew that walk. And I don't believe Jack Lundgren is going to come to the plate. Looks like they're going to get a runner for Metz. It's going to be Rex Roberts, who was out in right field. Metz was out last. Uh-oh, it's starting to get dark. The lights are coming on. And it will be Lundgren at the plate. Lundgren's 3 for 4 with a pop out to second base. Misses downstairs, ball 1. Nowhere to put him. 2 outs. Chargers can't afford to give up another run here as they're trailing by 6 already. Pop that one back to the screen, 1-1. Owen Minzer on the mound here in the 6th. There's one to Brazil. It pops up on him. He just takes it to the bag himself, and that'll do it. And at the end of 6, it is 8-2 in favor of Riverview. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, this is it. Do or die for the Chargers. Ashton Saunders out there in right field. Chargers are 3 outs away from going 1-2 as we start the season here in 2024. Let's see if they have an answer against the pitcher Tyler Aftanis. Started at shortstop, and what a player he is. And Coach Bill Grass was right. He said his boys can hit. He was just concerned about their youth, and from what I'm seeing, he's going to have a nice little team. He's right, they can hit. So you're going to have to play defense against this team and pitch well, because they're going to score some runs. Come on out to Youth Town tomorrow. 4:45 start, not a 5:30 as normal. Put that out there if you're listening and watching. Normal start times are 5:30, but they want to make sure they get the game in because they need some repairs done on the lights, and the parts are coming, but they're not here yet. So they moved the game up to 4:45 tomorrow instead of 5:30. As I said, we'll be out there covering that one for you if you don't want to come out. It's a little bit too chilly for you yet, but we'll bear the brunt of the weather and bring that one to you. It'll be Grant Kalich and myself out there bringing you the game. Chargers down to their final three. It'll be 7, 8, 9 for the Chargers. Quinn Santelli, Cables, and Hanson due up. Ball one to Quinn. Quinn is 0 for 1 with the strikeout. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. 2-0. Tyler Aftanis. There's a strike called. 2-1. Swing and a miss, and it counts even at 2. Yeah, you heard, if you watched any of the games from Saturday, you heard Matt saying there's a ball 3-2 that Quinn decommitted to play baseball. He's going to ball 4. Quinn works a walk. And we got one on to start this one off. But he's going to go to Duquesne and concentrate on his academics, which I have no issues with. He's smart enough. He's probably going to get himself an academic scholarship. Van Cable's at the plate with one on and nobody out. That one bounces up, and Quinn sees that hit the plate and bounce around. He'll easily get into second base on the wild pitch. There's ball 2-2. Or excuse me, 2-0. Three and 0. Chargers need a huge inning here to keep this one going. Shows bunt, takes a strike. 3-1 now to Van. And why you give up and out here, I have no idea. That was just a show. I let him swing away here, and they need runs. And he does. And he puts this one through to center field, base hit. And they're going to wave him in. And it'll be an RBI single for Van Cables. And it's 8-3. And we're going to get a runner for Van. It's going to be Holland Coburn, the junior, to come out here and scamper the bases. As Anthony Hansen is at the plate, still nobody out. Diving back is Coburn. Still nobody out. Chargers plated one so far. They need 5 more to keep this one going. There's one. That one's going to be 4-6-3. That was Bruno Williams pinch hitting there. And there's quickly 2 away. There's a pop-up. That's going to be out of play, strike 1. Trying to see who this is. I can't see. It's supposed to be Gino Williams, but well, I'm not sure. I can't see. The coaches are in my way. There's a strike. Strike 2. Down to the last strike. Chargers are. That one bounces up there. It looks like Gino. Nobody on. 2 outs. There's one right to the shortstop. Across the diamond, and it gets by him. And that is Gino Williams. Reaches on the throwing error by Lucas Duncan. And the Chargers remain alive. Brandon Brazell, he doubled his last time. That one's low and away, ball 1. Doubled and scored. That one's fouled off the screen. Strike 1. 1-1. 5-run lead, and they're holding Williams to first base with 2 outs. Opens up that hole on the right side if Brandon wants to go that way. He's trying to go that way. He fouls it off over my head here. Strike 2. Again, the Chargers down to their final strike. We are in the top of the 7th, trailing 8-3 to the Raiders of Riverview. Gino Williams at first base. Brandon Brazell at the plate with a 1-2 count. He'll ground this one over to third. Across the diamond it goes, and that one gets by. Brandon Brazell's at first. Gino Williams will scamper into third base. The Chargers keeping it going. A couple errors in a row here by Riverview. And that will bring Owen Minzer to the plate. See if how long Brandon stays at first base. They're going to let him run. There's strike 1 called to Owen. Nice lead by Brandon. Tyler's not even looking at him. Aftanis. There's one. What a scoop over there at third base. This time he throws it across the diamond. And Eli DeVita retires Minzer 5-3. That's the ball game. As the Chargers fall to the Riverview Raiders by a score of 8-3 here at Riverside Park. Chargers record goes to 1-2 on the season, and Riverview record goes to 1-0. As this was the little lifter for the Raiders. Victorious 8-3 over your Chargers. And again, the Chargers back in action tomorrow night against Quaker Valley at Youthtown. So hope to see you there. If not, the OLSH Sports Network will bring it to you. And let me recap this one quickly. The Chargers, first inning, top of the first, they score 1 run, go ahead 1-0, and then it's until the last 2 innings, it was all Riverview. Riverview scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, tacked on 4 more in the third to go ahead 8-1. The Chargers in the 5th and 6th inning chipped away at it to get a 1 run in each inning, but just not enough as they fall 8-3 against. I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty good Riverview team here in 2A. So they're young, but as you saw here today, they can hit the ball. I think that they're going to go far. If their pitching can hold up, I think they'll go far. So that being said, I'm OLSH here on the OLSH Sports Network saying thanks for watching, everybody. I'm sorry about the static camera. Couldn't get a cameraman today, so we'll have to work on that for baseball. We had it for the other sports. We'll have to get one for baseball. But we'll see you next time. Tomorrow night at 4:45 is first pitch from Youthtown, and it'll be Grant Kalish and myself on the call, so hope to have you there. If not in person, at least watching, and we'll get a cameraman for you. Chargers fall 8-3 to the Riverview Raiders here in Oakmont at Riverside Park. On behalf of everybody, I'd like to thank the folks here at Riverview and Riverside Park for being so gracious and getting us power and setting us up here, and it was actually really nice to us out here. Thank you guys and everybody back at OLSH, Coach Mack and Heather and the gang. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time right here on the OLSH Sports Network as the Chargers fall to the Riverview Raiders 8-3.